Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you're having a great day. If you've been watching Larry's Anything Goes programming, you know that we are not only providing great financial intelligence content as much as possible by interviewing other financial professionals, professionals in the travel industry, real estate industry, etc., and so forth, but we provide various services when it comes to specific products that we sell, from anything that you would actually find on Amazon or actually at Walmart, etc., and so forth. And we are actually providing specific products due to today's current crisis and whatnot to ensure that we provide the right services and products that you need at a reasonable price when it comes to medical face masks, when it comes to hand sanitizer, and when it comes to latex gloves and things of that nature, and etc., and so forth, toilet paper, paper towels. But we have what you need. Also, family, don't forget that Larry's Anything Goes is a part of an affiliate marketing network known as Gold Standard Partners, where you have the opportunity to buy cryptocurrency and allow others to invest with you as becoming an affiliate marketing partner. And obviously, if they purchase a package with the program, you're able to make money off their package purchases and make money off of their crypto purchases and things of that nature. If you want to join, please follow the links in the description, and I'll give you a call as soon as you sign up and purchase a package, and we'll go from there. But definitely, it's all about the best way to make money moves is to have currency with one another and to ensure that currency is always being spoken of on all levels so it benefits everyone and not just one specific person. That's a lot of things that people forget about. So think about joining the program and we'll be able to go from there. But if not, either way, it's always appreciated. And thank you for watching, and hopefully you guys have a great day and continuously make money moves so you don't live broke like a fool. Take care. As you can see, with our various products, we have our financial apparel, as you see, wearing There's Anything Goes t-shirt, financial intelligence is sexy, face masks, latex gloves, things of that nature, to obviously ensure the safety of you and your family all at the same time. We want to ensure that you get the best products and see the actual products that we're actually providing for you, and giving you another view of not only the shirts and the medical masks, but actually another view of actual latex gloves and the actual hand sanitizer. Because one thing we've learned throughout this unfortunate crisis is that we have to take more precautionary measures to ensure not only the safety for ourselves, but for our families. And having a great pair of hand sanitizers, latex gloves, and medical face masks will ensure that safety. And with all that being said, hopefully you guys will check out our online store. We have the various products that you see here. With a couple of clicks, especially if you're paying via PayPal, it makes life that much easier for you to purchase our various products, especially during this unfortunate situation. You see the apparel from Larry's Anything Goes. We have the medical products when it comes to hand sanitizer, latex gloves, medical face masks, things of that nature, and various other products. So please check out Larry's Anything Goes. Support small local businesses. We greatly appreciate it, and hopefully that you have a good day. My goes family, welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys are having a great and exceptional evening. Sorry for the late start, but my let me know in the comment section if you have a computer that acts fine during the day, and then when it's time and you started a multitude of times to make sure that the updates are up to date, and then when you're ready to go live with your platform, your computer's like, oh, let's take an hour to reboot and update and all that good stuff. So yes, I love that when this happens. All right, so if you can feel my sarcasm, let me know in the comment section. All right, so I'm talking about rappers today. I'm not picking on rappers of all and any generation because no, I'm an '80s baby, but no generation is perfect of any musical genre, regardless of what the media may say. That's number one. And number two, I'm going to put it out there that I'm going to be, when we talk about rappers from my generation, the '90s and early 2000s and whatnot, and I will be talking about some rappers of today's generation. All right, because the thing is, and I want celebrities on all levels to remember this. I'm not just talking about actors and actresses. I'm not just talking about athletes and music entertainers and comedians. I'm talking about all celebrities. All right. Even politicians, people that make millions of dollars a year. Most people in America don't make millions of dollars a year. So that I'm putting that out there. But another thing that I'm going to put out there is that you're in a position that most people would die to be in. Most people don't want to live a basic lifestyle where they're just going to work and paying bills and living paycheck to paycheck. Most people would die to be in your financial position, and most people would probably not trick off their money the way that a lot of celebrities do and trick off their time, doing stupid stuff that a lot of celebrities do because they would not want to lose that position in life that they have. Not even just from the oh, I'm a big name status, but the position of hey, I get to live in this exclusive community status. I get to live in this nice neighborhood status. I get to travel the world status. I get to own my own private jet status. Things of that nature. So I implore the celebrities who are responsible and about the business to remain responsible and about the business because at the end of the day, the ones that trick off their money because they want to be thugs and whatnot and they want to be gangsters, um, I'm laughing at you. And the reason why I'm laughing at you is because Jay-Z, certified drug dealer, certified gangster. Jay-Z is in the billionaires club now. Okay. I could talk about Kanye West, but Kanye West was never a gangster. He was a college dropout. He's a smart guy, but I'm talking about the ones who actually live the life and were the ones that actually are living the life completely opposite of that. That own $1 million enterprises and that are in the billionaire boys club or girls club and whatnot. People that own businesses, own real estate, who are have in a sense becoming venture capitalists. Jay-Z is a venture capitalist. Okay, he Damon Dash is a venture capitalist, and he was a guy that was in the streets in the drug game and whatnot. Okay, he's helping fund other people's businesses and fund other people's dreams. Things people don't think about that. It's one thing when you have money, but when you're able to be in a position to where you're like in the Shark Tank world, like a Mark Cuban, a Damon Johns, all the people that are on there, Barbara Cochran, et cetera, and so forth when you're in a position where you can fund other people's businesses so that their businesses can grow and be profitable and you're able to become profitable but you're able to help other people's dreams come true, that is a big freaking deal. you know um that is a big freaking deal. And and from the superhero fans, the Superman saying, and I might be butchering this because I'm not a superhero guy, but with great power comes great responsibility, and that's the guy's honest truth. But a lot of times, the artists don't want to have that kind of responsibility. I'm going to talk about one of the dumbest artists out there, Takashi 6ix9ine. Now, I will say this with all sincerity: not a fan of his music, not a fan of how he looks, not a fan of who he is and what he's trying to represent, and things of that nature. I'm not even going to, go there. I'm just going to keep it real in that aspect. Not a fan, but I will say with all sincerity, that he's in the rise and fall of his life right now. Everybody remembers when it made big news. He became a snitch. His real name is Daniel Hernandez. I believe he's half Puerto Rican, half Mexican. Um, he appeared outside of a Brooklyn row house to shoot a video that would make him a star and eventually ruin his life. Um, but he ruined his own life. Nobody ruined his life for him. He wanted to be a quote unquote fake thug and whatnot. He kept getting into crap with gangbangers in Los Angeles. That's a place you do not want to have a hit on your head and with any gang or whatnot. Um, and he was always, with Bloods waving guns and um, throwing up blood hand signs and things of that nature. And he looks like a rain. If you don't know who he is, look him up. Looks like a rainbow tatted up moron and whatnot. Um, but at the end of the day, right now he is in a sense going broke because he has no record deal. That's one thing. Like I said, he this is a guy that was in position to being a superstar, the music industry pushing to be a superstar, and obviously there were young people that liked his music. So hey, whatever have you. Um, and this guy was on his way to being a superstar, but he kept, he got in trouble, and then of course he snitched, and people were still into his music and all that good stuff, even after he got out of jail. And I remember he was walking around with a bunch of security guards and whatnot. But he's at this point in his life, and this is as of March of this year, 2022. He's been struggling to make ends meet and live. He lives in fear of his life because since he can't afford to have constant security around him and whatnot, he cannot, you know, he's got a target on his head. Hit like there's hits out on his life right now. Okay, regardless if he's in New York where he's from, or if I know now he's definitely not trying to go to Los Angeles and whatnot. So I'll just leave it at that. But the article states rap star Tekashi 69 is notorious for flaunting his pricey jewelry and expensive car collection, but now the rapper has financial problems. The Brooklyn rappers deal with 10,000 projects expired as of February 2022, and he has not released music since his home confinement in 2020. Tekashi 69 still has a publishing deal, but his royalty account remains unrecouped. Due to the enormous advances he accepted, so he is not receiving any income from the agreement. That's what happens when you don't know business. He says, right now, I'm struggling to make ends meet. I do not know if I will ever commend the kind of advances I was paid before my arrest and my career stalled, Tekashi the 6ix9ine stated. Pandemic ruined his lucrative touring career because a lot of tours were not happening, which was the significant factor in generating income for the rapper, for most rappers it is. This is what happens when you don't know how to make money out of the rap game. Um, to make matters worse, Tekashi 6ix9ine said he has no concerts booked for 2022. According to 69, the income that he does receive supports himself, his two infant children, and their mother, in addition to his mom and his brother. He has to take care of his whole family. The rapper made the shocking revelation in a sworn declaration to Judge John P. Coronan, who is trying to determine the amount of damages 69 may have to pay for his involvement in the robbery of two people in April 3rd, 2018. And before I go on, this is what happens when you check off your money. Like I said, he was fronted a multitude of money, but he was lavishly buying up crap that didn't mean anything. He had to support his baby's mother and his two children, and his mother and his brother, because when you become a rapper and you're from the hood, everybody becomes a sucking leech on you and whatnot. He wasn't buying any investments, so the only money he could really count on was touring. But the pandemic happened. That's why I laugh at this situation even more so. I cannot feel sorry for somebody who makes more money than me, um, and had the opportunities to put that money into investments, but you were too busy trying to be Mr. Gangster and whatnot. And you weren't even the funny thing was I think he worked in a freaking bodega before he even became a rapper, but he wanted to become a wannabe gangster and whatnot. And obviously you see what happens, and he's still trying to be Mr. Billy the Kid and whatnot, out in the streets, but it's not really working out for him. And now you can't really make money like that, and nobody's really rocking with him. I mean, it's almost the end of 2022, and I haven't heard nothing. Now, this is an old article. I have not heard anything about Takashi 69. He's not getting into fights with people. He doesn't. He's not making that much money. He still has to have some sort of security around him because he has, I don't care what state you go to, unless you live out in the middle of Wyoming. There's Bloods and Crips everywhere. I remember he was making little slick videos. Going to LA. Going live. Live and on Instagram talking about, hey, I'm in Los Angeles. Nobody can touch me. Just doing stupid little kiddie stuff. But at the end of the day, he's a great example of a wannabe thug and whatnot. He's a great example of a person whose livelihood has been taken away from him, and I'm laughing about it. Because like I said, for the financial intelligent generation, for us to have the opportunity to be able to for us to have the opportunity to be able to make millions of dollars, we're not going to be acting stupid to this level. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. Um, And because another thing is, I'm going to talk about Young Thug. I've talked about him before. It's crazy. Now my whole thing is with Young Thug is that he's being, this whole thing of getting locked up for lyrics in a song, that blows me, because it's like, okay, is there freedom of speech or is there not? Just let me know, please. Like, even I remember, like, back in the day in No Limit and whatnot, the state of Louisiana was arresting people for the rappers because of the lyrics in a song and whatnot. Okay, so that's what kind of blew me. But as of today, August 9th, Fulton County District Attorney's Office says a new indictment brings new charges against famous artist Jeffrey Williams, who performs known as Young Thug. District Attorney's Office believes these charges add to the prosecution's claim that Williams performed for years as a leader of a criminal street gang. Now, I remember, and I remember, and I'm not a fan of Young Thug, so it is what it is. But I remember he was warned about from Gilly and the brothers from Philadelphia about, hey man, you got to be careful out here. What you do and what you're claiming and whatnot. And I think the gang was called Slime or some nonsense like that. Um, but I know he didn't really commit any specific crime. But the unfortunate thing is, he was more worried about being in the streets than he was, trying to make money moves outside, even outside of the rap game. I know he had a record label, but the biggest problem is, when you operate. The biggest problem is when you're constantly operating like you're in a gang and things of that nature. States and all law enforcement entities are going to can legally come after you. These are just things to take into consideration. I know I'm becoming the OG now because I'm turning 40 in a couple of months, but I'm getting to my point here. I'm not going to try to ramble on, especially since it's very late tonight. But um, there's 28 defendants from this indictment, which happened back in May. And I just got back when it happened. I just got back from Atlanta. And I think when this happened, there was when I went to the Trap House, Ti's Trap House Museum. I remember seeing a mural for Young Thug there. But the thing is, they call the acronym Young Slime Life. Is a hybrid gang that operates here in Atlanta, and it's an affiliate of the Blood Gang and whatnot. And that's the thing, claiming a gang, and it's not like, especially in today's world and with the social media world and whatnot, they can catch you much more quicker with this nonsense. Being a part of the gang and the thug life and all that good stuff, it makes it easier for prosecutions and law enforcement departments to come down on you. Whether it's right or wrong is a different story, but just know that they can come. Fat Joe warned freaking Takashi 6ix9ine that the feds are going to come get you. Okay, he warned it, and Takashi 6ix9ine is like, I don't care, I don't care. I'm not gonna cuss. I don't care, I don't care. So I'm like, well, hey, look at your life now. You went to jail, you got out because you snitched, and look at your life now. I can't put it any other way. So it is what it is on that aspect. Because here's the thing, and I'm gonna read some news on a positive note. Um, but here's the thing. So this is another article that I read about rappers that was very it was awesome, and I'm glad I was able to see this. And it talks it's positive. It's positive. And it's what's needed to be talked about because these are living embodiments of people that show you that they might have came from the streets, they might have been thugs, been to prison, been to the local jail. I'm not even just going to talk about Jay Z because everybody talks about Jay Z. I'm going to talk about Jadakiss now. I remember the Locks came out back in 96, 97 with Bad Boy Records. Now, if they had anything before that, I didn't hear of them. The first time I heard the Locks was with Bad Boy Records and whatnot, with Biggie, Puff Daddy, Diddy, all that good stuff. That's the first time I heard the Locks. So this is back in 97, 98. Okay. 96, 97, 98. That's when the first time I heard the Locks. Matter of fact, the first time I heard the Locks was on Biggie's last album, Life After Death, and they were featured on a song on there. I forgot the name of the song. But Jadakiss, because of his versus performance, and it was a magnificent performance. Jadakiss showed that he was a freaking showman, not just one of the sickest lyricists out here, but he's a showman. But Jadakiss reveals that Def Jam restructured his contract after versus win. He stated, as Fat Joe would state, yesterday's price is not today's price. Participating in the iconic versus battle, which was one of the best ones between the Locks and Dipset, has proven to be lucrative for Jadakiss. In an interview with Complex, the rapper discussed the impact of that night, mentioning that even Def Jam Records was forced to rethink their business. He stated, my number went up for hostings and walkthroughs for shows and TV cameos. Just in general, my numbers went up. Jadakiss expressed, it's also showed Def Jam that they got to do the right thing and restructure my contract. It really showed the world my true worth, what I can do. And Jadakiss killed it that night. Styles P performed a good song, Chic Luch, but Jadakiss owned that stage that night. He owned that stage and he showed his worth. He showed that he was a showman. And the beautiful thing is, I love the fact that even the Locks, like, they barely have aged because they're even more healthy now. They doing the juice diet. Jada Styles P owns a juice bar. I believe Sheik and Jada own a juice bar as well. But because they've gotten more healthy and whatnot, they look great for their age. Method Man's in his 50s, and Method Man looks like he's in his 30s right now. I saw him on a podcast a couple of weeks ago, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm promoting good health by my workout videos and whatnot online." He said, "Not because I'm trying to show off, but I'm trying to show people that, especially the youngins, that yeah, you can get older and be healthier and be in great shape." Method Man doesn't look a day over 38 right now on some realness, and Method Man's 50, 51 years old. So I got to give love and respect to that. Method Man is another great way of showing that, hey, I can come from the gutterous hood and look where I am now, a TV superstar. 50 Cent, same thing. TV mogul, not just a superstar, but TV mogul. Produced a multitude of shows and freaking movies. Executive producer of all those things. Come from the most hardest hood in freaking Queens and whatnot. Even what is it, Irv Gotti and Ja Rule and whatnot from my generation, they're still doing great things, and most of the great things they're doing is outside of the music industry. They're making documentaries, shows, movies. You know, but anyways, while Jadakiss gave his gratitude to those who now dub him Mr. Versus, he also noted that the popular battle series did not cement his status as a heavyweight MC. The best part is being able to benefit financially, branding wise, and get more deals and endorsements. But it's cool. The rapper said, I already was nice before verses. I know that's right. I'm going to let people know that on these new projects that I drop, Jadakiss promised, but I don't want to be the stuck in that. I was already killing stuff before verses. That was just a reminder to those that already knew and those that didn't know. It's a blessing though, and to see that performance, especially after when things were starting to open up, during the pandemic and during seeing that in New York City was a big freaking deal. So nothing but love and respect to Jadakiss. But I just wanted to talk about those things because um, to the younger generation out here, look, you got to ask yourself a question. Do you want to be a thug or do you want to be rich? Or do you want to be about your business and be healthy and happy? No matter what, the situation is, there's no place for a thug but death and prison. Period. If Tupac and Biggie were alive today, imagine how different the world may be. Not even just music, but how different the world may be. Tupac and Biggie would be talking NFTs right now and cryptocurrencies. Tupac and Biggie would probably have multitude of record labels, and they would have probably produced their a multitude of documentaries and movies and things of that nature. Knowing Tupac having an activist mindset, he'd probably have more schools and businesses set up all over the country, and probably have had more contacts throughout the world. And the thing is, let me end this video off on this note because it is almost midnight. The thing is, Tupac had the acronym Thug was a very beautiful thing. It was a very, very beautiful thing. Thug acronym mean. All right, cool. So I remember it's been such a long time, but I remember when he spelt it out, and I'm going to read it verbatim. Thug stands for the hate you give little infants, everybody. All right, that's what thug life meant. The hate you give little infants, everybody. All right, it was slang, and the thing is, at the end of the day, I just imagine a world with him still being alive. I imagine a world with Biggie still being alive, and Biggie had two kids. Tupac didn't have kids. I'm sure he would have had some children or whatnot if he was still alive. But just imagine a world with what they would be doing right now if Nipsey Hussle was still alive. Nipsey Hussle knew that there was nothing um, but prison or death when it came to being in the gang. He was a Crip, for crying out loud. Snoop Dogg, the same thing. Dr. Dre, the same thing. Warren G, the same thing. They knew it. Suge Knight, if he would have left a lot of that nonsense alone, I made a video about him. He would not be in a. There's a reason why there's the people from Suge Knight's era, like the Jay Z's, the Damon Dashes, the Diddy's, um, you know, why they why Diddy's a billionaire right now, why Dre's the guy he worked with is a billionaire right now, why Jay-Z is a billionaire right now, why Damon Dash is on his way to being a billionaire right now, and you're sitting in prison in California. I can't put it any other way. And this isn't bashing anybody, looking down on anybody, or no. There's only two places for being a thug and a gangster: death and prison. Period. A lot of the stuff, yeah. I remember the movie Thicker Than Water that Fat Joe and Mac 10 produced. Guy said to Fat Joe, the character, he said, being a gangster, waving the gun in the air, it plays great on the video, but in the real world, it's not going to get you anywhere. And it's not. Period. In the real world, it's not going to get you anywhere. But I'm making this video out here because I'm talking to the 15-year-old, the 16-year-old, the 18-year-old that wants to be in the music industry. And I'm just going to say to you all, do you really, if you do you really want to end up down the road of Tupac, Biggie, and Tekashi 6ix9ine, Young Thug? I can't answer that question. Only you can. And remember, I'm not talking bad about Biggie and Tupac, especially. Um, with Young Thug and Tekashi 6ix9ine, they should have known better. I don't care what your childhood is. Eventually, um, especially my thing is this: eventually, you have to be able to see something, and it's not one size fits all. People have to learn the hard way. But my mindset is, if you've been to jail before, you obviously are good at something. You wanted to become something more than what you were. I know Young Thug was in the streets. Takashi 6ix9ine wasn't. He was a fake thug. That's why he snitched, and that's why he's in the predicament that he's in now. But you want to be about. There's a reason why people can still talk about Wiz Khalifa to this day. You know, Wiz Khalifa was in the streets in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He lives in Los Angeles now, and he's doing major things with music and with his cannabis brand and various other things. There's a reason why Snoop Dogg is a business mogul now, not just a rapper anymore. You know, you become relevant because of what the skill sets that you bring to the table, and you become relevant with the visions that you have, and you become relevant, remain relevant. I'm going to say not become, but you remain relevant when you learn how to make money for you while you're in your sleep. Right now, Takashi 69 is starting off in a sense not at square one, but at square two and three. When he was at square 20, you know, but he just had to keep getting into trouble and whatnot. A lot of artists made money during the pandemic even when they weren't performing because they got their social media popped off. But I think Takashi 69, I believe he got his Instagram taken away from him because all the stupid crap he was performing. And it's like I said, he just loved to be stupid. And I remember when Ludacris said something, they made a joke about him on Wild 'N Out. And I remember when Ludacris was like, yeah, I'd rather go with Nick Cannon before I go with Takashi 69 because I don't see Takashi 69 being around that much longer. And I remember he flipped out over that like a little girl and whatnot. But it is what it is. Um, that's all I can say about that. It is what it is. But he was in a position to where he was about to be a big mogul and go to the top and whatnot. And now he's at a point now where he's like making it day by day. You know, so it's like, and here's the thing: he was worth millions as of this month. Takashi 69's net worth is estimated to be roughly $500,000. For a rapper, not so good. Now, for a regular working person, that'd be great. But for a rapper, his net worth is at $500,000. Okay, $500,000. And I wish I could say I feel bad for him, but I don't. Because nobody's, like I said, nobody's rocking with his music like that. He doesn't have a record deal anymore. I don't even think anybody wants him to possibly see him as a flight risk right now. If you want to be real about it, he's I mean, honestly, if I was in his position, I'd be trying to buy some real estate to replace some income right now. If he lives in New York, go to Pennsylvania right now. You can find cheap real estate there compared to New York. Um, but yeah, $500,000. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to say on that note, it's like, do you want to be in that position? Um, do you want to be in that position? Um, I can't put it any other way. It's like, you're worth millions, the $500,000. Do you guys want to be in that position? I can't answer that question. Only you can. You know, but I just leave it at that. It's like if what is it? If Nipsey Hussle was still alive to this day, I can just imagine what the moves that he would have been making in his hometown of Los Angeles. Just imagine what his store would be like in Crenshaw and Sloss and things of that nature. I can only imagine, but I am just going to say with all sincerity is that I'm going to say with all sincerity is that you want to be a thug. This is what being a thug is about: jail, being broke, death, all in the one. And especially in today's world where more rappers are making way more money compared to the era of Tupac and Biggie and whatnot, and have more opportunity to have your own businesses compared to the era of Tupac and Biggie, because the height of information wasn't flowing back then, because with social media and the internet like it is right now. you know so it's up to you. You got to make the choice. I can't make it for you. And hopefully you do the good three things: like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully you guys have a good night, and hopefully you enjoyed the content. Let me know in the comment section. And don't forget, if you're a stock market investor, crypto investor, individual retirement account investor, don't forget to sign up with WEBULL, acorncrypto.com, all that great stuff. You'll be able to make some money once you sign up with those accounts, and just go from there. All right, but to my current rappers, to my future rappers, are you going to accept that being financially intelligent and being responsible is the right thing to do? Or are you just going to be basic? And then that broke as a joke, because that's where Takashi 69 is headed. But the thing is, he's damaged goods. He's older now. Nobody really cares about him like that. Because when he first came out of jail, everybody was like, "Oh yeah," but then the pandemic happened. He was on tour. He was still making songs. But then the pandemic happened. It was the worst, bro. On that note, family, have a great night. I'm out.
Mike, now.